Namaste, Jai Bharat. We all know very well that the US didn't want to intervene in the Bharat Pakistan matter. They were telling it's your problem, you deal. That's what initially US done. But then after a couple of days, just 2 days or 3 days of conflict with Bharat, Pakistan picked up their evergreen begging bowl and went around requesting many people, but ultimately they went to US requesting that you please come in between, intervene, otherwise we will cease to exist. Then they must have. Now these are all my speculations. Now, from now onwards, these are my speculations. No confirmation, no authority, no surety. It's only a kind of thought, which of course is based on conjectures and logical speculations. Then they must have gone and told US that, look, our bases are being attacked so badly by Bharat and we are rendered helpless totally. We can't use many of our bases because bases like Noor Khan and some other bases, I think Rahimia Khan, these bases are very badly damaged, runways are damaged, and in some places the aircraft can't take off for at least 2 days because the repair is huge, massive damage for the runway. I do not know how the ATC and other buildings, all their radar reflectors, etc., are affected. That's a one strafing is sufficient to destroy such radar systems. Now, it's not that easy to get it replaced. So we do not know about the communication systems and the radar systems. If that need not be bombed, if they are strafed, that's sufficient. If they have the transmitters hit, they won't have a replacement in more than limited numbers to substitute, remove it and put the other thing and then get the radar getting function. And then even if their Doppler, even if their parabolic reflectors are attacked, it loses balance. It just can't rotate and time base can be created. That's not that easy. So we do not know if there are craters on the runway. The ATC must have been attacked, and ATC is attacked. Of course, the ATC radar must be damaged. But then ATC radar is only air traffic control radar. That's not that serious. But if there are some places where the air defense radar is attacked, and if the air defense radar is attacked and damaged, then the signal unit shall not go operational for some good time, for some good times until they get replacement. And I don't know about the backups and their equipment depots who will have all these things or not. We have no idea. Chances are there they may not have it in that kind of numbers as time base. So this is the situation in Pakistan, where they become toothless and nailless, etc. Now then they go and must have gone with their evergreen begging bowl, requested the US this thing must happen. In the meantime, what happened? When Bharat has attacked their bases, they also attacked a base called as Noor Khan. Then there's a synthetic hill which is called Kirana Hills, and with all the available information, the Kirana Hills is a prime place where they hide their nuclear arsenal. I don't know about the launching pad and the nuclear warhead carrying missiles. All those things are separate, but this is one place where they carry nuclear arsenal. Then Jacobabad, then Rahimia Khan, then this Noor Khan air base. These bases were seriously attacked, and there's all likelihood, all possibility that both nuclear warhead capable missiles or even other things like drones, because Turkey had been giving them plenty of drones. They have mass production of drones. They are all placed in these places. They are definitely damaged. And there's also this is also a fact that Kirana Hills also has been attacked. And if Kirana Hills are attacked, and Rahimia Khan, Jacobabad, and Noor Khan bases are attacked, then the possibility you can rule out that their nuclear arsenal could have been destroyed. It, they keep it fundamentally in this Kirana Hills and the hills, but they must have brought it for emergency use. Surely they must have brought it and kept there. And if a nuclear arsenals are damaged, warheads are damaged, they may not explode at once, because for exploding they need that initial kind of, what is it called, that spark, initial spark should go. It is a name, I just forgot it. So they may not explode, but leakage of nuclear arsenal, nuclear weapons, that leakage is sufficient to create radiation. And radiation is such a funny thing, it spreads everywhere. The radiation don't make a distinction between Muslims and Hindus, or Hindus, Muslims. It affects everything, not just human beings, everything. That's a devastating impact of radiation. Now this radiation has been detected by international XYZ, and then international XYZs have personally gone there to find out the amount of radiation. Then there's a chemical which is found mostly in Egypt. A plane from Egypt with such chemicals which can absorb radiation, radioactive waves, have come from Egypt, it seems, a huge plane, or is getting brought. So this chemical, I don't know how to say its name, the chemical that can absorb electromagnetic activated or the radioactive waves could be absorbed by these chemicals. So that has been brought, it seems, or getting brought. One of this is there. So then they go and actually indirectly threaten US that if they do this to us, we will use nuclear arsenals against Bharat. And the US knows that these people have no responsibility. They are a irresponsible nation. Pakistan is a rogue nation. They have no social commitment. They have no commitment to the world. Everyone is sure that they will have a life after death. They have no such commitments to anyone else. They speak the least humanitarians. They don't consider others. So US got scared that this people might use nuclear out of utter desperation, because they have lost everything and they were totally incapable or unable to make any impact in Bharat through any means, be it drone or be it sending projectiles, be it sending all kinds of missiles. Nothing worked with Bharat. Our defense was so effective. That is our own created defense, apart from the S-400 which we got from Russia. But our own, we were defending mostly with our own defense system. S-400 is there as a backup plan for us. So they were unable to make any impact. So these people go into utter desperation, and desperate man does desperate things. So US really got scared that these people could use nuclear weapons, and then out of fear, US tries to contact Bharat and say that look, these people are going mad. They will do anything. It is something like a person holding a pistol at his own head and walking around. You can't do anything. He'll use a trigger anytime and he will die. But along with him, he'll kill so many others. So that's a concern of US. So they don't want. Nobody has used the nuclear weapons after the initial use in Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Nobody ever has used in the world. So they got scared, literally scared. So they contacted us for a ceasefire. Probably, I don't know, the discussions, whatever it is, at whatever level, however it is. Bharat tentatively, of course, Bharat must have told, see, we never wanted to have a battle with them. But it's they who initiated. We had to punish the terrorists. To some extent, we had punished, though it remains. By large punishment is still pending. We could only settle some accounts. But since this is the case, all right, let them request us, let them contact us. We'll think about ceasefire. And then they called, then they requested the Director General of Military Operation Director General of Military Operations, a new expression. Then they requested, and we said, all right. But in less than 3 hours, 2 hours and some minutes, they violated this promise. They violated. Probably with their given internal political situation, they can't afford. They can't afford to stop fighting. Then all kinds of narratives and stories can take off. You can imagine in a society like Pakistan. But we were not scared. That's the point which I'm trying to make. We were absolutely not scared. We didn't bother because you do not know about Pakistani capabilities, but we know very seriously about their incapabilities. We know for sure that they can't even launch a nuclear warhead through any weapons, missiles. Number one. Number two, even if they launch, we'll intercept it en route. The nuclear carrying projectile will obviously be destroyed, and the nuclear warhead in all likelihood may not explode. There may be radiation to disastrous extent, but then it won't serve its purpose. It won't do anything. We know how incapable they are. We know their inabilities. You don't like US should not think that they are people who are capable of executing what they speak. That never happened in their history. So we did not bother. Nonetheless, US was really taken for a ride by the Pakistan because they have not made this nuclear weapons. It's not their own technology. Someone says someone has stolen and brought the technology. Someone says some other nations helped, including US, helped them. One, who other people must have helped them? One may be China, possible. One may be the North Korea. Another may be US itself. These must be the people who helped them in creating nuclear weapons. So they have never made their own nuclear weapons. They can't. They do not have such capability. They can't have their own launch pads. They can't have their nuclear warhead carrying capable missiles, etc. They don't have. So all these things we know. You give them the best aircraft, F-16, they'll expectedly crash it. The report says that the F-16 and the China's so-called stealth is crashed, and the Chinese just joke. This is joke. The Chinese are telling to Pakistan, it's not the mistakes of our weapons. It's your mistake because you circumcised our weapons and made them halal. So they don't blast or they don't function. It's a joke, but then joke is very interesting. So this is a situation. This is a situation in Pakistan. They tried to blackmail US, and the US really got scared. They thought these people will do it, but since we know how incapable they are, and we have very good trust in the inability, incapability, and the stupidity of Pakistanis, they can't do anything. They won't even be able to make a launching. And even if they try, it's going to fall there and explode itself. This had been their case and their history. We shall meet again with some other thoughts. Till then, Namaste, Jaya Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.